Morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's a beautiful day. Please unfrozen and get in here. Good morning.
Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day.
See if we can get some peeps in here. Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. What do we want to hear today? It's a good day to live. Morning, Blue.
This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin.
Priya, good morning.
From within.
Moro, good morning. Hope you all have something hot in your hands to keep you warm. It's a coffee morning. Morning, Deirdre. Thank you for sharing.
This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon and the
Casey, good morning. 27, you got your coffee in your hands. Yes, indeed.
They've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a rage. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today gotta give today. It's a good day
Teri Angel, good morning. Aww. This is a great song for Grayson to learn.
tomorrow. There's no time to borrow today. Well, something's got to give today. It's a good day today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow today. Well, something's gotta give today. It's a good day today. It's a good day today.
It's a good day today. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let's see what we got going on in here. Kathy Han, good morning. Yes, and to all the bees and the peas and everything else. I'm so happy that you all are here. Isabel, good morning to you. And Blue says we heard from Lee, Jay's wife. He is in rehab from the stroke. He's doing pretty good. There's a communication issue because Lee is Korean. We're going to keep both of them lifted up and keep them on our prayers. Let's go into our hearts. Oh, it's so good to see all of you here this morning. I know it's cold. I know you'd probably rather be under the covers. And maybe you are, and that's okay too, because it's morning time and I'm barely awake, so it's quite all right if you're the same. Oh, Teri, I love that you're here. Thank you for being here. Let's do the heart brain. So, hand on the heart, slow down your breathing, add in joy. Add in something that makes you feel so good inside, so warm. Maybe it's a friend, a family member, an animal. That always does it for me. Whatever it is that brings that really good feeling to mind, just do that. Hold that in your heart. We're going to stay in the silence for a moment, and then let's share. I want you to share today what your triumph is. What have you overcome? What is it that you've shed and you don't need any more in your life? Start getting some really high energy going this morning. I am triumphant over fear. I am happy and joyful and ready for anything that crosses my path, whatever that looks like. I am safe I am secure. I am wrapped in love. I am a spark of the divine. I am present and staying present with each new moment. I love Triumphant Thursday. Let's do that every week. Let's share what we've triumphed over. What have we overcome? What do we just say no to from now on? The answer is no. I choose love. I choose the light. I choose peace in my life and in my world. We create the world the way we want to see it, the way we want it to be. And I certainly don't want to go backwards. And backwards would be into all of those things that's been released. So see what we've got going on. Stacy, Luna is listening. Hi, Luna. Love you so much. And Teri, your Maxie is there and says meow. I love that. And Deirdre says, I am thrilled that I've learned to stop arguing with myself. Yeah, it's a hard lesson, isn't it? I argue with the angels sometimes, but I never win. And they know that I just kind of mess around with them. I always listen to them, but sometimes what they say, I'm like, what? You want me to do what? Stacy, I'm worthy of all things, all good things that enter my life. And I'm worthy of letting go of those things that are not good for my life. You absolutely are. You deserve joy and happiness. Kathy Hand, I am triumphant for standing my ground, for speaking my truth. I'm ready to move forward and continue being present and a shining light for those that seek only love, light, and peace. Absolutely. Terry Gilstad, I am present and healthy, not having contracted COVID or the horrible cold my husband had. I'm so glad, Terry. Thank you for being strong. Thank you for knowing your worth and knowing that we talk to our bodies, right? We tell our bodies how we want them to be, and we are in control. Sometimes it's an uphill battle, I have to say, in these human bodies. It's not always easy. And when I talk to the angels and work with the angels, they acknowledge that. They acknowledge that sometimes the hardest things for us humans are being human. Sometimes it's this journey that we chose to come here on earth for. And when we sign up to come here for our blessings and our lessons, we don't always know how intense that might get. But then we get into it and wow. Kathy said, that's kind of silly. I don't know. People start thinking strange things when they see someone in public arguing with themselves. Oh, yeah, I've done it in public too. And it can be fun. But you know what? I don't care what people around me say anymore or what they think. It's a matter of knowing that we're on that path and nothing's going to take us off of it. Nothing's going to detour us from the path that we're on. Okay, so let's get Kuan Yin speaking this morning. And I'd love to hear some more of your triumphs. What have you just really feel like you can celebrate a win with? What is your win? We love to do win-wins. So if you win, we all win. It's kind of like you scream, I scream, right? We won't go there because I don't eat ice cream. What have you triumphed over? I love, Deirdre, that you shared Stacy says, I got caught off guard with the price of a product and said out loud, holy, you know what? The guy next to me laughs and says, I know, right? Yeah, you get sticker shock these days if you go out and about. Not just food, but everything. Everything is just crazy if you can even find stuff. And that's the other thing going on right now is good luck finding the things that we need, right? And Blue says, now when I wake in the middle of the night, I pray and listen for who I need to pay attention to and send healing to or send energy. I am waking fully to do so. Big day yesterday and busy, busy night. Isn't that the truth, Blue? I have to say I'm right there with you on that one. I don't know why I was praying prayers of protection last night early this morning when I laid down. I don't know. I had so many people on my heart that I just wanted to see happy and healthy and enjoying life. And for some reason, I just heard to do the Lord's Prayer. And I knew that that protective energy wasn't for me. It was going out to wherever it needed to go, whoever it was that was struggling, that was having a challenge in their life, a fire in their life. So I think Spirit is working with the light workers right now and really helping us to step up, even when we don't know who it is that we need to be there for. Our soul knows. And in the middle of the night, we can't just get on, well, we could get on and ask if anybody's in need, but our soul can ask and we can put that out there. And Joanne, you too, you were praying protection around others last night. Not sure what that is that's going on, what that shift is, but yeah, there's something definitely. Isabel, I am triumphant on letting go of past hurt. I am worthy to be loved by myself. Absolutely. Love yourself first. Get that energy flowing of who you are and just be triumphant over anything else that tries to tell you that you're not worthy, that tries to tell you that you can't. I don't know if any of you had an opportunity yet to read the blog last night, but it had to do with saying can't or being told that you can't. And I asked a question in that blog, and I really hope I get some responses on that. So if you haven't read it yet, and you're somebody that when you're told you can't, you go, oh, really? I'd love to hear your stories and just to hear how you respond when you're restricted. Oksana, good morning on YouTube. Oksana says, good morning, Peas and Teri. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing to think, to speak, and to act with love. Loving and kind words. When the light of love shines through me, I smell like roses. Absolutely, I love roses. Okay. Blue says, ooh, that's what I did, the Lord's Prayer. I felt them and some were falling. Blue, that is incredible. I just heard to say it. I didn't know why. I didn't know who I was saying it for. I just knew that I had to say it out loud at I think it was around 2-ish my time, which would have been around 4 o'clock for you all on the East Coast. Stacy, I will be triumphant over this weight loss journey. Absolutely. Get healthy, girl. Get very healthy. I received an email from a friend of mine in India. He's a teacher of wellness. His name is Daryl D'Souza. If you want to Google that name, he has a book called Become Healthy or Extinct. And he lives by what he teaches. And I know him, and I know this to be a fact. that the things that he says are killing us. He has cut out all of those. He healed himself. He was at the point of death, and he changed so many things in his life, and he's healthy and vibrant and teaches it now all over the world. Deirdre says, a cop was shot in my neighborhood a couple hours ago. Tension in the streets. Let's lift up your whole community, Deirdre. Let's lift them high. Kathy says, yesterday was quite overwhelming, but we survived. I love the Our Father. It didn't work out the way I wanted, but we just take things day by day and get the help we need via support groups and counseling. Take care of you, dear one. Take care of you. And just keep holding faith, holding trust, and believing. Catherine Kovacs, good morning to you. Okay, Stacy, enjoy that walk, honey. Marietta, good morning. Marietta says, I have tuned in this morning, but the sound continues to stop and then start again for only a couple of words. I miss hearing you, Teri. Is anybody else having sound issues? Maybe it's my mic. Maybe I need to just disconnect the microphone and see if that's the problem. So let me know if that's going on for anybody else. While I get rid of a troll. Okay. Oksana said, if a future me talked to my 13-year-old self about triumphs, I would say, I speak English. I live in the USA. I live in a place with palm trees by the ocean. I have the most funny, kind, and handsome son. Oh, that's so cool. All right, so if y'all let me know if there's an issue with the sound, then I know that I can either unplug the microphone and just talk over the computer mic or whatever I need to do. Just type it in the comments. And Blue says, yes, the universe has your back, Annie. You're living through your heart and will come back to you. Isabel, you're having sound issues, but today is good. No sound issues on Stacy's part. Marietta, I really want you to hear the morning show and see all the P's. All right, let's see. Oksana said, I'm praying every day and focus only on love. My life is becoming more magical by the second. Deirdre's getting snow. You know what? When I went to bed early this morning, I looked at the weather for some reason, and it said it was going to be snowing this morning. Well, I looked outside when I went and made my coffee, and there was no snow, but it's like in the 30s here. I'm like, what? Come on now. If I go any further south, I'm going to be in Mexico. So this cold stuff, it's got to go. And Isabel's been waking up in the middle of the night and praying too, because I feel that's what I need to do, and always pray the Lord's Prayer. Interesting. Usually with me, it's around 1 and 2 a.m. Yeah, this is so interesting. So anybody else that is experiencing this phenomena, if you are feeling that urge to say the prayer or just send out energy healing and prayers before you could shut your eyes to go to sleep, it's just really an interesting thing that we're all hearing the same message, to hear prayers of protection for anyone that needs it. And Stacy says, yes, I am healing myself from inside out, cutting foods that are not good for me and adding in the ones that are. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Yeah. All right, let's hear what Kuan Yin has to say. And thank you all for answering me about the sound. Annie, you have friends who live in Cancun. Well, tell them to open their door. I'm heading their way if it's warmer than it is in Texas. All right. And Deirdre says, I've heard 6 references to the Lord's Prayer this morning. All right, must be something going on there. And Blue says, Mary Jane sends her best from her great heart. We had a fun, long day yesterday and had great interactions wherever we went. Mary Jane is getting tired and ready to move on. I feel it coming. We lift her up every day, Blue. I hope she knows that. And I hope she knows how loved she is, how amazing she is. Isabel said, last night at chanting, it was on and off. It would stop for a while and then come back. The internet was freezing. I did notice that last night, Isabel. All right, and no problems for you, Deirdre, with the sound. Well, let's see what Kuan Yin wants us to know today, guys. Enter the Jade Temple. Kuan Yin, in her temple of peaceful jade, causes all conflict to elevate to higher peaceful resolution. A resolution and healing of any situation that is concerning you is already underway. You are being asked to begin to feel the relief of that resolution now, so you can more readily melt into the divine solution and blessing of peace from beloved Kuan Yin. So the message is about peace today. And have you ever been inside of a temple? I've never been in a jade temple, but I can imagine the amazing energy that would be there. And when I've walked into a temple, I feel immediate peace. I don't know what it is about it. It's just the reverence, I guess, just knowing that it's a holy place, that it was built to be sacred. But what Kuan Yin is telling us is that temple is in here, inside, and we can go into that place in our heart and start to feel peaceful inside, so that everything around us then just resonates that peace. Right now, we're focused on the message of Martin Luther King, the legacy of Martin Luther King, which was to let peace be on our earth. And Deirdre, I want to thank you. I love what you sent me yesterday. And obviously, you know that my favorite song in the whole world is Imagine. Imagine what a world would be if we all just learned to respect each other. We put aside all differences. We accepted each other just as we are, without those limits, without restriction, without judgment. What a beautiful world that would be. And that's the world I imagine. That's the world I try my best every day to create for myself. A world without any ill feelings toward anybody, holding nothing in my heart except love and light. And I love the mantra that was given to me a few years ago. Only love and light is welcome here. Only love and light, nothing else. And if anything else does try to break through that barrier of love and light, it gets bounced away by the angels. So in my heart, I try to always remember, hold love. Whatever's going on, whatever I'm seeing with my physical eyes, I can just send love into it. And Deirdre said, John's last channeled message was short. To have world peace, we all need to come together. Also a song he wrote. Come together right now. And yes, what a big, huge message. That's what we need. We need unity. We need to just break through all of those restrictions, all those barriers. And last night, the angels talked about that, and they talked about my least favorite word in the whole world, which is can't. All right, so let's see what else we got. Annie says, I haven't been in a temple, but it would be an honor to be. Yeah, that temple is inside, Annie. And sometimes we get the privilege of walking into a temple that has been constructed and just get into the energy of high vibration, of peace, love, joy. And Kathy says, oh my, I imagine myself in a jade temple or just standing outside, surrounded by just nature, quiet and snow falling softly around me, washing away all anxiety. Kathy, I don't know if you got a chance to see the meditation that Auntie Jean and I did together yesterday. It was a meditation excavation, and we went into nature. We sat with the trees, sat with the water, and it's a good one to just allow nature to heal, and it does. So I hope you get to experience that, Kathy. And Blue says, I just closed my eyes and the sweet fae took me to my inner temple. Then it shifted to jade. Beautiful. Yes, absolutely, Annie. The body is our temple. It's inside of us. We came here to put on this human bodysuit. And inside of us, we know who we are. We are secure and confident in who we are. And once we get in touch with that, all else just fades away. Living in this human experience becomes something of being aware of why we're here and what we're learning while we're here, and triumphing over anything else, anything that's trying to take us away from our true nature, which is love. So on this Triumphant Thursday, I encourage all of you to look at how far you've come. Look at what you have overcome in life. And I'm just so immersed in the energy of the angels and their message that they shared with us last night, and talking about limits and restrictions, and how that is our biggest lesson that we learn here, are the limits, and how we can place boundaries over anything that does try to limit us, anything that does try to bring us down to a lower vibration. We don't have to take that on. We learn how to walk, we learn our talk, we learn the self-talk that we do to really build ourselves up. And I want everybody to experience that joy, the joy that comes when you know who you are. When you say, we can change the world, we can. We know that to be true. We see it in our mind's eye. We hold it out there in our vision. And we have a big vision, a collective vision together to bring in peace on earth. And then everything else falls into place. When we're peaceful inside, the peace comes outside. So that's where it all has to begin. Peace begins with me and with you, with each of us knowing what it means to be peaceful. I love you all so much. I'm so glad that you're here today. I'm glad that you're letting your thoughts this morning turn to something positive. And when we think about our triumphs, our little wins, our big wins, whatever that looks like to you, then you're turning to a positive energy. You're uplifting yourself, you're uplifting each other. And I'm so happy that you're here, and so happy that some of you that we haven't seen in a while are here and enjoying each other, loving on each other. And if any of you have anything that you want to place in the prayers, I encourage you to do that now, to just love yourself enough to put you in the prayer circle, and love those that you care about, those that are in your life, your communities, your neighbors, your friends, your loved ones, whatever's going on. Let's surround everybody in our world right now with love. Kuan Yin says love is the energy that heals. Love is where it all begins. There were many, many, many years that I didn't love myself. There were many years that I didn't even want to go to the next minute. I didn't even want to wake up in the morning. I wanted just to pull that cover up over my head and say, not today. Don't choose to live today. But you know what? I triumphed over that. I got rid of all of the shoulda, woulda, couldas, because that's when we start going into that spin of the world's a horrible place and I don't want to be in it. And I've talked to a lot of people just recently that are at that place. I talked to many that said, I just want to die. I just don't want to do this anymore. So if you're one of those that starts filling into the low vibration, into the low spin, I encourage you to reach out. I'm so glad that the people that I've talked to recently felt safe enough to reach out, safe enough to share what they were feeling. And hopefully I can be a lifeline for anyone that's at that point. And if you know someone that you care about, that you're seeing that in them, you're seeing them just wanting to give up, just wanting to quit and say, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to play this game anymore. Then please encourage them to reach out to somebody, to reach out and see where that lifeline might be for them, because it's always there. There's always somebody that's willing to step forward and say, I'll stand by you. Whatever it is you're going through, I know it's heavy, but I'll help lift that load. Yeah, I know, Deirdre, right? Sometimes in life, we get handed something and it's heavy. We can't lift it alone, and we're not supposed to. We didn't come here to be in isolation. We came here to help each other through this journey. That's why we found each other. That's why we're all lifelines for each other. And yes, that's right, Kathy Han, the whole family is a rock for each other. Oh, hi, dear Hope. Thank you for being here. And yes, 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 you are in our prayer circle. Hope, you have been on my heart so much lately. I don't know what's going on with you, dear friend, but I am lifting you up and I'm surrounding you with arms of love. And I encourage all of us, place your arms around Hope today. Blue says, pray for those who are falling. Please, Lord, may they let go of what is no longer needed and land in your hands. The Fae are agreeing and will help. Love them. Yes, love them. Just with your unconditional love, you lift each other up. And Deirdre says, I remembered to love myself just recently. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Deirdre. I've known you for a couple of years now, and I've loved you from the minute I met you. And I'm so happy when you told me that, yes, you had that revelation and you were turning away from that dark space into the light. And I love it. And you shine brilliantly, by the way. Jennifer, good morning to you. And Jennifer, I'm not sure if you're reading the blogs. You may be, but I really hope you'll read the one that I wrote last night. I dedicated it to our friend, Mr. T, who went on to his spirit journey over a decade ago. And he's still leading me. He's still making me laugh. He's still trying to get me to talk like a New Yorker, and he's still not succeeding in that. All right, so let's do our prayers. Let's just hold each other. And if you have any to add to the prayers or anyone that you know that we can take off the prayer list, then please share that so that I can make that adjustment. So let's take a breath in together. Let's just go into our hearts right now. So many are hurting. You may be one of those. There may be somebody here that's hearing these words and say, oh, wow, she's talking about me. And if you're one that's hurting, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for you. Just take a breath into your heart, into that temple that's inside of you, that sacred space where you connect with who you are and what you are as spirit. And see, as you close your eyes and breathe into that place, see everyone that's gathered here holding you. You are not alone. It feels like that's what we need to do today. Just hold each other. Just place your arms of love around each person that's gathered here. And each one that's not in here that we normally are able to say, I love you to. Let's just feel that collective energy right now. That energy that's crying out in the darkness. The energy of those who don't feel safe. Those who need the safe harbor to come to. Let's be that safe harbor. Let's be that lighthouse. I'm going to read the names. And as I do, just envision your arms around each one. Just love. We have our Prachetta, Kachir, Nivriti, Jasmine, and her family, Abha, Billy and her family, Michelle, Sheila, Gary, James, Loretta and Cecil, Joanne Castillo and your daughter Jackie and your grandson Eris, Deirdre and your daughter Danya, Deirdre's sister Steph and her husband Bob, Adriel, Joni, Suzanne Millard and her family, Marietta and her family, Leo Harley and his family, his friends Lakshmi and DJ Blaze, Ken, Wendy, Jebby, Jim and his son, Ryan, Rick and Josie, Dean DeCandio, Tammy Williams, Vicky, Meg and Jim Lorio, Jean and Ron Lorio and their family, Christina and Carrie Leftwich and their family, Mary Lou Burdick and her family, Catherine Kovacs, her husband Michael and their family and fur babies, Rosalind Good Vibes, Sally and Tony De La Rosa, Kathy Hand, her husband Bob, her son Colin and her daughter Marlena, her friends Patty and Sonia, Bo and Candy Hand, Paul and Marlene, Joe and Molly, Kathy's co-workers, Pat Moss and her daughter and grandchildren, Becky LaFave and Travis. I haven't heard an update on Travis, but we continue to lift him until we're told that he's doing good. Erica Hoppy and her family, Corinne, Charlie Coons and his family, his daughter Christine and his son, and also his brother Raymond and Kathy, Hope, Wellington, Marshall, and Zena. And we pray and lift you very high today, Hope, along with your parents, Trey Horn, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven, lifting you and Grayson, Regina and Adam, Cassandra and Destiny, Gail Zimmerman and Nick, Luz Orsini and her family, Christine Lewis, Jennifer and Micah Langren and your brothers Chuck and Ken, Oksana and your mom, Amber, Jenna, Katia, Maximus and his teacher, and Herb, Isabel and Paul Reese, and your daughters Inesh and Teresa, Linda Lemieux and your husband Dick and grandchildren, and Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, her mom Karen and Uncle Richard, and we took her cousin Kim off the list yesterday. That was a hallelujah. Mary Lou, Mary Lord, Wayne, Blue Jean, and Dave Walensky, and the fur babies, every one of them. Pam and Gordy, Lindsay, Kat, Candy, and Pastor Bruce, Jenny Reed and the family of John Reed, Jay and Lee, and thank you for that update on Jay and lifting them up. Brookie and your family, the Girardis, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Angel and Derek Fullerton, Lillian in Norway and her family, Kathleen Caputo, praying for healing for you in all ways, especially for your eye. Catherine, baby Wyatt, baby Haven, Alba, Dottie and Dawn, Tom Brown, Christina Schaff, Grace Isis, praying for her father and praying especially for her sisters in Kenya, Helena, Jean, Cynthia, and Edwina, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer. I'm trying to read what that message is, Kathy. I'm sorry, I can't see it all. Yes, we're lifting up your son and just let the angels do their work. All right, so we have Karen Palmer and her family, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Tabby, Irene, Evan and son, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine, Bill, and Tammy Fisk, and her daughter and sister Tracy, and her friend Lori and Kelly, Rochelle Martin and her mom Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family, and her sister-in-law Sharon, her friends Jeannie and Merle in Colorado and the whole area of Boulder, Colorado. You have Goldberg and family, Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles, and your sons Gabriel and Jacob, and Brody the dog, Laura Hill, Joanne Rice and the family of Bob Rice, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea, Sherry Gatewood and her family, Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Danya Navarro, Wendy Roberts, Terry Wilderman and her father, Mary Quincoli and her friends, J.H., Mike S., and John, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick in Australia, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Monsi, Kamal, Maddie, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Noel, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Raven Dalek, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dyke, Chris Blake, Betsy, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff and family, Terry Gilstad and your family, the Walters family, Chiara, Sharon Stroud, Kira Lonnie, I'll be seeing Kira today, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Gracie, Marianne Pish and her family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Lenny, Fiona Dilston, Pamela Dawn, Rick Ulfick, Sophia, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and her family, Bob Simon, Sharon Boyle, Carol Fisher, Jay Rothman and Mary, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Brooks' Aunt Jeannie, and Shelley. So if you have any to add to the list, please do so. And thank you for holding up all of those beautiful, beautiful energies, whether it's people, animals, places on our Mother Gaia, and we do a heart healing every day. And Christina, thank you for being here. Your mantra today is quitting won't speed up the process. Embracing that, adapt and persevere. Love and prayers to all. Love and prayers to you. And you are on our list, Christina, every day, praying for improved health for you and all your loved ones. So thank you all for lifting up these names. Thank you for being here every day to be of service. That's why you're here, to love each other into the very best we can be together. And let's just send that love now into our darling Mama Gaia. Let's lift Gaia high. Right now, there's a lot going on with weather. There's a lot of frozen places. And hopefully we don't have any frozen peas. Hopefully you're all inside and warm and protected from the elements. And I think maybe a lot of what was happening with some of us last night in having that message come through to say the Lord's Prayer, it was protection for many who are out in the elements, many homeless, many that don't have a place to be, for protection. And so let's continue to think of all of those in our world that are hurting, those that don't have anyone to care about them and hold them and lift them up. We can do that together, and we do every day. Every day we lift up the entire universe and the entire world that we're living in, which is our planet, Mother Earth. And let's just see that love going into the earth, deep into the center of the earth. Thank you, Rick. Prayers for Tona Jaraba with Addison's degrees. I'll add that into the list. So just take that breath in and release it out. Release anything that's unlike love and light, because we want the whole family to be covered in love and light. Anything else, just let it go. And if you cry tears for those that you know are hurting, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for feeling. Thank you for compassion. Thank you for knowing and trusting and believing that the universe does have our back, that God, our Father, is sending that love right to us, holding us. Kathleen, good morning. You're here just in time to receive love, because that's what we do in here. We shine our light of love onto every person. So hold that into your heart. Hold the love coming directly from Source, from God, our Creator, from divinity, Christ, Divine Mother, the angels, the masters, your loved ones in spirit. And just breathe that love in and back out. Let it cover the entire planet. And maybe you have someone that today you need to just speak those words to. Maybe there's someone today that hasn't heard it from you in a bit. And just say it. Just say, I love you. It doesn't have to be anything else that goes with it. You don't have to give an explanation. You don't have to go into a reason why. Just say, I love you. And let's say those words to each other right now. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I love you. All right, let's play our Cuppa Fulla Joy song and get on with our beautiful day that we've got going on.
Morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready.
Thank you, words. Thank you. I love you.
Have a great day.
I do love you.
Here we go. Come on, come on. Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. One on the peace for peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead. Wherever we may be, we create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day.
Well,
Just
it
start the
needs
day
the
on a high
bar.
vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Oh, Marietta, I'm so glad. I'm putting in the link to the blog that was written last night. I feel like there's so many of us that need these words. Need to hear that we are magnificent.
From the top here, the coffee's always hot and the choice is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team, and you can side with us. There is always no space in the pot for more love. Take a spot and get the day
Stay warm out there, y'all. Please stay in your heart. You'll feel that glow
Morning Cuppa
when
Fulla
you do
Joy,
that.
with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla
You know,
Joy, every
dancing.
day.
We
Just
love
start the
that.
day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the peas and the pod. The daily
Peas in
mantra
the
is thank you, I
bar,
love you, namaste.
Rosalind.
There really is no secret. We simply
Yeah.
accept,
Align.
align,
Allow. AAA, y'all.
Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Cuppa Joy, Cuppa Fulla Joy.
Let's get going and have that beautiful day. I love you all so much. Namaste, y'all. Bye, everybody.